So let's put your textbooks to the side and sing a little bit. Let's start here and sing Do a Deer. Thank you. Everyone can stand. 5, 6, 7, 8. Do. Yes, T, T. Yeah, so do, that's our tonic. Go ahead and follow along. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Watch closely. So. Almost. So, think fa and then mi. Yes, try that again. Okay, better. Do, re, mi, fa, so, fa, mi, so, mi. Yes. So you're singing a triad, right? Let's have all the gentlemen sing so, do. Try that. So, do. Let's move up higher. Let's go to this key here. So you're singing so, do. Try that. So, do. One more time, nice and strong. Okay. Now I want you to repeat that, but the ladies are going to sing fa, mi. Try that. Fa, mi. Okay, ladies, and I'll sing with the gentlemen. So, do. Oh, one more time. So, do. Last time. Ti, do. Very nice. What you just sang is the resolution of a dominant seventh chord. You had a root position, so, do, and then so, fa, that's a minor seventh, which usually resolves right down to the mi. So that's singing it. Very good. Let's do the same thing, but I want the ladies to sing re, do. So you gentlemen say the same. So, do. Try that. So, do. Ladies, re, do. So, do. One more time. Ti, do. So that was without the seventh. That's just the dominant triad. And I added the T, which is the third. So we sang a nice little harmony. Let's review the singing in minor that we've been doing. So let's go down to... Here's our do, re, mi, right? 1, 2, here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, so. Do. Mi, re, do. Le, so, la, so, la. Good. Do, do, fa, mi, re, so, mi, do, re. Yes, you were singing the la's and the t's, and then, oh, wait, te, le. Let's start right there, measure 7. Do, te, le, so. Here you go. Do, te, le, so, fa, mi, fa, so. let's look at this. We have do, re, mi, fa, sol. So if I played this tonic minor triad, it fits. Then the second measure, you have sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, do. I could play a dominant seventh chord there, or a dominant chord. Ba-da-dum. And it has a leading tone, right? That's T. So I'm using the 1 chord and the 5 chord. Try and sing along and I'll play. So start at the beginning, 2, and here you go. Do, re, so, fa, mi, re. Keep going. So we harmonize that melody just using dominant and tonic chords. I use 1 dominant 7th at the end. So good job. That's a little heads up. Next week we'll start harmonizing a lot of melodies using these basic chords. Let's have a seat and look at some oral exercises on page 242. So we did some of this yesterday. We'll just do a little bit more. Getting used to hearing these. We'll start with the number 6. So this is page 242, E. I'll start with the number 6. So this is either a major or a minor triad, played as a melody. So do you think that's a major or a minor? We're not sure. Okay. Show me what you think. Most of you said, yes, that's a major triad. That's a major. Here's number 7. That is number 2, minor. Now I'll play a few from the lower, either diminished or augmented. Here's number 26. Is it 2 minor thirds or 2 major thirds? Augmented triad, diminished triad, not sure. And most of you, yes, it is a diminished. You have this minor third and another minor third, okay? If you were to write that, it would be C sharp, E, G. So if you're writing that diminished triad, that's what that would look like. Here's another one. Here's number 29. Augmented, diminished, not sure. I saw some people change. They said, is it augmented? It is diminished. So that minor third. Here is an augmented triad starting in the same root. So that's the augmented versus diminished. Here's one more, number 30. Augmented, diminished, not sure. That is augmented. If you can sing do, re, mi, that would be the major third, right? So, and I have to go back to a major triad. Okay. So good job practicing those. Let's go to page 251. So I'll play a melody for you, and we'll notate it. I'll play it a few times all the way through so you can get a feel for it. This is a Schubert piece in 6/8, so there's a pickup. An eighth note anacrusis. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1. I'll do that again. So first, let's think of question 1. It just asks, what interval is the melody doubled at? So listen to it. So a minor third would be, that's a minor third. Here's a perfect fifth. Here's a major sixth and a perfect eighth. So it's doubled at that perfect 8, right? Those first few measures, the melody is just doubled at the octave, which means you can write down the whole thing. Let's start, though, as it asks, just thinking about the rhythms. So as I said, there's an eighth note anacrusis you can see in number 2, and they give you the first few notes. I'll count off. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1 lolly, 2. Again, 1, 2. See if you can write down the rhythms. I'll slow it down a bit. 1 lolly, 2 lolly. One lolly, 2. So there's the anacrusis. 1 lolly that they give you. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, right? Bum, 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 bum. So all of beat 1. And remember, in compound meter, what's the duration of a beat? Yes. Bum, 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 bum. So you have that dotted quarter. Bum. On beat 2, I probably wasn't clear from the piano. If you're singing bum, 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 bum. So if you hear that breath, you know there's a rest there. Bum, 2, li. So there's 1 eighth note. Do you remember how to draw eighth note rest? It's been a while. Bum, bum. So that's the first part. Bum, dun, 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 dun. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1 lolly, 2. Right? So that's just bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bar line. Bum, bum, bum. Then how long is this last note going to be? If it were a full beat, yes. But since I stole an eighth note there, I'll just give it a quarter for purposes of the anacrusis. So does the rhythm make sense? Okay, going on then. Focus this time on the melody. See if you can sing it, do, do, me, so, etc. Or just think scale degree 1, flat 3. Here it is. 1 lolly, 2. 2. Does everyone at least know where we ended up? Yes, we ended up on the tonic, where we began. So let's break this down a bit. We'll do just the first 2 measures with the pickup. 1 lolly, 2. So remember, as I kind of gave you a heads up, this is arpeggiating some triads. So we know it's not stepwise, because that would be do, re, mi. Now we're skipping and arpeggiating the minor triad. So it's a do, mi, sol. And that's the same, that's also a do. Do, do, mi, so, do. Making that also me, right? Do, mi, so, do, mi. Then what's this? Is that a skip like we've been doing? Or is it a step? Those are steps. So these are all skips and leaps. But here is stepping down to do. So that whole part is do, do, mi, so, do, mi, re, do. Okay? Do, do, mi, so, do, mi, re, do. Gentlemen, remember when you sang? You sang so, do. So this is do, so, which would be an interval of a fourth. So I'll play those first 2 measures again so you can hear how those work. Okay, questions up to there? We'll go on starting right on that 8th note. So, okay, here's another pickup. I'll do it again. 1, lolly, 2. Again. One way to think of this, if you're just to look at the overall trajectory, so we know that you start so, and then you know you end on do, so that can help you check. I know I begin here, I know I end there, and then you figure out how you get there. So, le, fa. So you have up a step, down a skip, and that pattern repeats. Up a step, down a skip. It repeats again. And then you go to do. Now I point out the repeating pattern. We talked a little bit about motives. So how you have something that recurs a lot, slightly modified. So here you have up a skip, down, up a step, down a skip, which repeats, up a step, down a skip. Same figure, up a step, down a skip. So you have the same figure, you get slightly different. First it's so, le, fa, then fa, so, mi, different whole and half steps, but it's still the same pattern, slightly modified. Mi, fa, re, do. So you have a little motive that repeats. Keep this in mind in a few weeks when you're writing your melodies. If you have a motive, say, I like this, I'm going to use this little pattern, or I'm going to have a lot of thirds happening, and that's going to be motivic in my melody. So a lot of good melodies have something, like I said, Somewhere Over the Rainbow has octave leaps. And that's very motivic in that song. All these octave leaps and large jumps. And they get smaller. So it's still large leaps. Smaller one. In a different position. It's still motivic, these large jumps, but they're modified. So that can help you when you get to creating your own melodies next week. As we said, starting so that's so, le, fa, fa, sol, mi, fa, re, and then do. So does everyone have number 3, what they are? Yes? Okay, so take a minute and then write them, beginning with a middle C. So you have the middle C. E flat is may. G is so. You could just use whole notes for now for number 4. Let's see. Yes, there's just another G there. So there's fa, da, G, G. So there's really 2 of them to add 3 in a row. Let's see what you have. If that's the sol, what's the do? G, so, and then you go up to, yeah. Do you have different pages? This is on 254. A little ahead. This one. Okay. Except then it goes up to do. Yeah. Do, me, so, do, so. There you go. So that's a do. Re, do. Then you need a so. Is that higher? Do, so. Yeah. There you go. Which repeats so, so. There's actually 3 so's. And then so, lay. Yeah. So up to lay. Fa. And then fa, sol, may, fa, re. Okay, so most of you were getting all the pitches and whole notes. So then the step would be just to put them together. So when you add what you already got of the rhythms with the pitches, it looks like that. Mo, do, re, so, do. Can we all sing that together? 1, la, li, 2. So, do. Let's try a little bit louder. Sit up straight. Here's a do, 1, la, li, 2. Do, do, me, re, do, so, re, fa, me, fa. Okay, good. Singing skips can be a little harder. Now, question 5 asks you on which scale is that melody based? So we just had a test a few days ago. Do we have any leading tones in E raised scale degree 7s. In the key of C minor, that would be the B natural, right? Are there any accidentals showing, oh, raise this B flat to a B natural? Not in this part. As we said, it's just the melody doubled at the octave, so there's not a lot of harmonic support underneath. Now, I was curious about that. I said, really? So I went and I printed out the full allegretto in C minor, which is nice. And it does start exactly as the textbook gives you. It has the doubled octave melody. So if you wanted to write that on the next page, it says rewrite it. You could rewrite it down. So it sounds just as it's written. A melody. Here's what happens next in the sheet music. It goes here. Is that a major triad or a minor triad? That's a major, right? And it actually was up from, so there's C minor. The music goes up to E flat major. So remember from a few days ago, how are those related? C minor and E flat major? They're relative, right? The song we played, Hey Jude, we had parallel. Same song in a major and then the same song in a minor key. Same C major, C minor parallel. But these, C minor to E major, they're relative. So that often happens in a minor song. You'll move up to the relative major, as it does here. Then it goes back to the minor, where it started. Back to the relative major. It does a lot of different motivic transformations, but then at the very end of the piece, the last few measures, this comes back. So finally, we have some harmonic support for that melody. And if you hear, that's the T, that's the B natural. T, do. So although, yes, to answer question number 5, the scale is based on a natural minor scale. Overall, the whole piece, it gets to that harmonic raised leading tone at the end, which is very common. I had a few emailed questions on that. I hope I clarified most of them. Yes? Okay, I'd like to take the last 4 minutes of class to get you ready for our next section talking about harmonizing, and I did promise that we would watch this. So this is the axis of awesome. So now we know what one chord is, what a 5 or dominant chord is, what a 6 chord is, and what a 4 chord is. So this is a little video clip showing these. You can put your textbook away and just enjoy it.